Hello, hello, how you doing? This is Reality with DVD. I woke up this morning to a treat of some sort. I was like, wait a minute, DVD. What is going on? Oh, the how you doing is in honor of Mother Wendy. And it's especially special now. It's seeing as how we have found out what is really going on with Mother Wendy. Again, positive energy to her. But this particular video is going to be about the trailer that I just saw from Married to Medicine, baby. That trailer is hot. Speaking of hot, this is a hot tea segment, but it's going to be really quick and to the point. I'm just going to pull out some things that I saw on Dr. Heavenly's channel and then back over here on the trailer. So I'm gonna break it down as much as I can. Again, Bravo does not play. I don't play their clips. I don't play their audio. If you want to see it, of course, you can go back and watch it. This is just my analysis. So what I did see, I think, okay, I'm going by memory, so I can't go tell you opening every little single thing that I saw from opening to closing. Like I said, Bravo don't play, so I don't play the audio. So at the top, I remember there was a back and forth between Quad and Toya. That back and forth was in reference to what kind of friends would Toya and Quad be on the show. Could they get past their issues? Quad is seemingly saying that, that she believes that they could. Now, her and Toya are going back and forth. And I believe it was Toya who said, and it could have been between Toya and Simone, Dr. Simone, because they two have the same views on Quad. So I'm saying that between the two of them, one of them said that she was there for the check. Aren't they all? Now, if Quad does not deal with them outside of the show and they're saying that they're supposed to be more than just castmates on this show, they are different outside of the show. Yeah, okay, I love that they do have real friendships on this show. I love that. But there are real friendships between Dr. Heaven. There's a real friendship between Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heaven. There was a real friendship between Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, but they haven't been right since Dr. Heavenly has been in the picture, in my opinion. So all of this, we're comrades outside of the show. Yeah, I mean, that's just like at work. I had better friends at work, and I didn't have work buddies all over my place of business. And how come this can't be the same situation? People fall out at work as well. And then you don't want to talk to them or deal with them. And you don't want to deal with them unless you have a work with related issue. I was like that in my last job. I only talked to a few select people, and the rest of them bitches, it was just business. That's my opinion. I feel like you don't have to come to work to be buddy. Yes, they can film together and be cordial, just like Dr. Wendy said to Annette. In the end, the whole world came down on her because she didn't give her the good Christian acceptance of the apology. When something is done to you and it's done in an egregious way that Annette came on that show and did to Wendy, at least she came to the point where she said we can be cordial co-workers. That's basically what she was saying. And that's basically what Quad was saying. And that's how I took it. Now, they get into a screaming match. Quad and Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone have this high-pitched, shrilling witch voice. You know how they say you hear the witches screaming when the wind is howling? That's her. It's awful. And whereas I love her in her professional setting, I can only imagine what that's like for the ladies with a mic on. My goodness. Sounds horrible. This woman is a professional. She definitely needs to work on that. I don't give a damn if she is having a disagreement with somebody on the show. I won't want to be, while they're up there trying to, put on airs, I won't want to be known for screaming at the top of my lungs every single time that I have a disagreement with someone. Now, little inside tea from Dr. Heavenly's channel. Go check it out if you don't believe what I'm saying. What was said, according to Dr. Heavenly, is in reference to the incident that occurred at allegedly, in my opinion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button. But allegedly, it was in reference to the incident that occurred with Quad's niece. Now, I don't like Simone. I haven't liked her in years. But if this is true, I think my like will go to extreme dislike. I mean, well, my dislike will go to an extreme dislike, ultimate dislike. Because if you are a professional and you mention something tragic that occurred at this woman's house, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that if you really did mention that. It probably went something like this, and this is me doing my intuitive thinking. It probably went something like this. Quiet said, what's wrong with me coming for a check? And she probably said something like, I did reach out to you and was trying to be a better friend to you when that incident happened. Okay, that's one scenario. The other scenario I'm thinking is what she said was, maybe Quad said they didn't reach out to her when that incident occurred, and they were wrong for that. And then that's when Dr. Simone begins to yell. Either way, it is very insensitive. And I noticed that about Dr. Simone. Say what you want to say. Outside of that office of hers, because I love her bedside manner, she is insensitive to these women with everyone except her regular broke ass friend that she said about her regular broke ass friend, Toy. So, inside tea from Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly also stated that, people says that she's the bulldog for Jackie, Dr. Jackie, and she is the bulldog for Toy. Dr. Simone is the bulldog for Toy. What do you think? Do you think that she's her bulldog? And the thing about it, what's most important that we should know is that if she is her bulldog, Toy got a mouth on her too. That messy tacky Toy. And that ugly little dress, and that little ugly pink baby doll dress sitting over there. She don't need anybody talking for her. She don't need anybody screeching for her at the top of her lungs like a screeching owl. Okay? That little thing got a mouth on her. Let her do her own thing. Let her speak for herself. That's a grown-ass woman. And as far as the relationship with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly go, I don't like Dr. Heavenly being the bulldog for Dr. Jackie. Because Dr. Jackie got that low-key under her breath shade. Either way it goes, shade is shade. And she's sneaky with it. So, being that she's the matriarch of the show, let her do her own thing. Okay? Now, let's see what else I remember. It appears that also Quad and Sweet Tea are going to go back and forth. Now, I didn't see a whole lot of that, but it looks like Sweet Tea, and drop down in the comments if you saw what I saw, is going back and forth with Quad over a lie about maybe Dr. G. Okay? Now, what I saw was also cringeworthy when Dr. G mentioned, maybe that's the lie they're talking about. I don't know. It was maybe the $4,000. Okay, he said something about things would be different had I given you. Things would be different had I given you the $4,000 in my mind. And so they asked him, was anything set off between he and um, Phaedra? See, I almost called her doctor. See, well, she is the Reiki medicine woman. How come, if she's a doctor, how come we didn't see her perform the Reiki but one time? This line here for him. Okay. Everything else I dislike her on, but baby, I saw watching trailers for the first time the other day. I really forgot Sheree was gonna be on there because you know they started announcing who's gonna be cast, and yeah, Phaedra is doing the daggone thing on there. I have to say I cannot stand Phaedra. Ooh, baby, perfect snake for the job. And I'm gonna leave that right there. But anyway, he said something about the $4,000, and he said something about that he would have gotten it if, they were together, they would be together, or things would be different now. And then the sexual conversation comes back up, and then he says that they didn't, but only in his mind. Whoa. Ooh, sweet tea. This is a pervert to me. Put a P in front of it. This is a pervert to me. Put a P in front of it. Because for the simple fact that I think that at some point there was a remaining attraction for Phaedra there. That's what I'm using my intuition. That's what I'm getting. I mean, long after they stopped talking. But now I can see a good friendship there, but that friendship may be broken because of what he said on stage to Phaedra. Now, inside T, a lot of people are saying that Phaedra is being wooed back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If they are trying to revamp and reboot and do new things, no. Even if Kandi is gone, no. I'm not sure what the attraction for Phaedra is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I could tell you some McNasties that I hated about her. The reason why I dislike her, the main thing is she's a liar. So we like liars, apparently. The main thing, another thing is, yes, she can read and give a old nasty face a look, or whatever you call that, contort her face. So that's interesting to people because I guess her face tells what she's thinking. But on Married to Medicine, that wasn't good enough. She did not give. Period. On Married to Medicine, it was a mess. And her last few seasons on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she didn't give. The only thing she gave on her last few seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta was lies, and she did accuse somebody of gape, put an R in front of it. So there's that. And she has literally skated out of talking about it, and Bravo keeps hiring her. So Bravo is a very forgiving network, Nene. But everybody wants Nene to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they can see that they're a very forgiving network. This woman almost literally put a superstar in jail. Okay? With that lie that she told. So, there's that. That's my disdain for Phaedra Parks. Oh, that's the word I was looking for with Dr. Simone. She's beginning to get to the point where I have disdain for her. Okay. Now, I know this is just a show, and according to Dr. Heavenly, they try their best to give their real lives, and she said she tried to bring the comic relief. No, Dr. Heavenly, in a way, your reads or whatever you call them, I don't really ever hear anything funny you say. I hear cutthroat statements. I hear things that cut to the bone. Still like you. I mean, you are okay with me. You were one of my favorites until you got with Dr. Jackie on this sweet tea thing, and you backed her up on that, and Dr. Jackie was wrong. Okay? Uh, in my opinion. Sweet Tea can cuss her out. Excuse me. Sweet Tea can cuss her out if she wants to. These are two grown people on the same show. Who can cuss Dr. Jackie out then if Sweet Tea can't do it? Hmm? 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 Everybody else is scared too, even Toy. Tacky T. Tacky T backs down when it comes to Dr. Jackie. For what? She's on the show. She says nasty things to people. She said something nasty to me. I said something nasty to her back. And that's that on that. I said what the fuck I said. Now, I think I got everything, and then moving along to the men. Backstage. Okay, well, we're gonna talk about Eugene. Okay, that came up as well. And it came up about how Remy Kimmy gives vanilla sex. Okay. And Andy asked, was that true? And he said it was. And a lot of people are saying that it is indeed cultural. Now, I recall some tribes in Africa do still perform clitoral circumcision to remove pleasure from women. I can say through research that maybe what's going on in his tribe, and I'm sure they don't do. Of course, they wouldn't come here doing that because they would go to jail. However, that may be where that's coming from, thinking that women are not supposed to be stimulated. Get clitoral stimulation. That's the only thing I can think of that would be cultural behind that. He probably just can't say, that might be a thing that still happens in his tribe. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's the only thing that I can surmise out of that, him not doing it. But you're in America, not yet. Shout out to Coming to America. So then Dr. Alicia emphasizes again that she doesn't need it. She's very satisfied with her husband's penis, and her husband doesn't have a small size. And shout out to Toya saying that her husband had a small size, and then bringing it to the show and embarrassing Eugene like Dr. Eugene like that. You did that. That will forever live in people's mind. You saying that the penis does not get bigger when you marry someone. You did that. Like I said, he might have gained some inches when he lost weight. Girl, that might make you happy. But you said that, therefore, that was a good comeback from Dr. Alicia when you had your back and forth with her. I would have said it too. And then Dr. Eugene said, "Well, I'm straight, okay? Do you want me to pull it out?" Andy said, "Sure." Andy gonna, But Andy in a whole lot of mess himself. Now, honey, I ain't over there with that Brandon Glanville. And I saw something that maybe Anthony Loftis was involved in that. Shout out to me in the comments and see, is that Anthony Loftis who was Andy's boy toy? And he was the one that was invited to do with Andy, Brandy, and Anthony Loftis. I saw something on Twitter with Anthony Loftis on there. I didn't do a video about it because I was confused. I probably would have done a video had I understood what was going down. However, I do know that Andy did. Now, I read the tweet where Andy apologized for being, actual with Brandon Glanville, allegedly. And allegedly, what she said was true. So I think what her point is, if you can be inappropriate with your cast members and your employees, then what was wrong, or why can't we see the footage of what happened between Caroline and I? Okay. So then there's that. Back to Andy. Like I said, Andy seems like he is down with it. Okay. Then they go backstage. Okay. Here's the drama, right? So Dr. Damon says, "Oh, Dr. G, do you really feel that I'm a cheater? I'm not a cheater." And Dr. says, "And I don't know what you be doing." So back on Dr. Heavenly's show, she says, "Man, I cannot do a man with a light voice. We know that you cheated. We have the proof." And then the lady says, "You have a biting sausage." So here we go with measuring men's pains again. Well, the lady did say, I remember it like it was yesterday when I heard her on the radio, because I actually was in Atlanta at that time. So I heard the whole interview. And she did call it a Vienna sausage. Yes, that's what she called it. And baby, we know what Vienna sausages look like. And according to Dr. Heavenly, and according to the lady herself, like I said, I heard the interview that he did put face in the place. So we do know that what Dr. G is capable of, don't we? So also he asked, that's when Dr. Heavenly said, I can't take the word of a high pitched man who don't with a light voice, and I'm not going to address that any further. But we do know that he is a cheater while he's talking about my man. You leave my man alone. Leave my man alone now. Leave my man alone. My man is my man, my man, my man, my man. And Dr. G is a good man. Don't you think that if they had information on my man, that I would see it by now? Where's the receipts? They over there talking to Mariah about some mess that happened years ago. Where's the receipts? Well, now Mariah said she still had the receipts, baby girl. So you might want to be careful about asking for those receipts. And I did hear a reading from the intern in her Alchemist TV. And I rock with Dr. in her Alchemist TV. And baby, I don't disagree with one thing she said on there. And I do believe that he has cheated. He might not be currently cheating. Sometimes men get to the point where they don't want to cheat anymore because they got too old. But around that time, when Mariah brought it out, I believe Mariah 100%. I can believe her if I want to. I don't care how many times. If he was cheating, it would have came out by now. My man is a good man. He's a good man. Don't come for my man. Don't come for my man. Okay. And that's my opinion. I can believe Mariah. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. So Sweet Tea came for you when you came for her. And she kept saying that Sweet Tea's mom want to get at her and bring the mama on too. Bring the mama on too. And so she was like, she just said Dr. Heavenly did that thing that is gonna get Ashley Silver in trouble over there on Love and Marriage DC. However, it's the opposite. I know my man could whoop Dr. G's ass. As I'll tell you again, as my mother always said, somebody out there bigger and better than you. And she will always remind me of David and Goliath. While I do believe that it's the opposite effect over there on Love and Marriage DC. On here, I don't have a doubt that, probably Damon probably would whoop his ass. But at the same time, for what? For what exactly? Because he said he don't know what he does. He don't. You think I'm a cheater? What you gonna do? Intimidate the man into saying that you're not a cheater? You can't intimidate me into saying that you're not a cheater. I believe what I believe. And if Sweet Tea wants to come back at her and says that he's a cheater, she can do so. She can do so from what Mariah said as well. Like I said, I believe a lot of people believe Mariah. That's that on that. You can't bully someone into saying that they don't believe Mariah, or you can't bully someone into saying that they don't think Dr. Damon is a cheater. Like I said, he may not be currently cheating. But again, around that time when Mariah said what she said, she meant what she said. Oh, it's proof out there on that man. It's proof. We know Dr. ain't cheated. Girl, I'm gonna leave that little girl alone. And then come back and say something about Sweet Tea again. I'm gonna leave that girl alone. But you know, her mama bring my mama too. I got something for her too. When she said my mama was in hell, well, you still bring the mamas back into it. Her mama is still with us, and you still bringing her mama into it. My mama was the same way about me, and I'm pretty sure if Laura got into it with somebody on that stage, and she's a grown woman now, okay, that you would do the same thing for her. Be in the comments defending her, right? Just like Miss Wanda over there on Love and Marriage DC. Now she takes it too far, but at the same time, my mom was the same way about me. Sometimes mothers don't play about their children, and that's that on that. And then in the words of funky Geneva Ross, here comes Apollo. If she wanted to do the Hail Mary pass, she should have done that on the show at that baby's birthday party. I feel that way about that. Then you're gonna bring him on a reunion to support you, and according to Dr. Heavenly, he had so much poise and so charming that he was able to write a lot of the things that Phaedra was saying and he was her protector on there and all this old type of mess. According to the blogs, that's their first time seeing each other on film since they were divorced. So this is foolishness. Like I said, the appropriate time would have been to bring him to the party and then bring him to the reunion, and that way it would have flowed more smoothly, in my opinion. That's that on that. I mean, Phaedra brought nothing to the show. Unlike everyone else in the world, she brought nothing in Real Housewives of Atlanta but lies and deceit. So I don't feel no ways about her coming back to Atlanta in any way. Let me see if I remember. Did I get everything? I got Apollo. By the way, Apollo looked really nice. I just hey, well, maybe freaking Frat can get back together so they could talk about their scammer ex-husbands. Ooh, 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 ooh. Check out my video on that scammer. Mr. Simon Bagubadi, yada, 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 yada. And we don't really know if that's his name. So, is Apollo really his name? Question mark. Riddle me this, Batman. Who is Apollo Nida? Is he really Simon Gubati, yada, 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 yada? I'm just joking. Just jokes, people. Just jokes. All right, come on in. I'm about to close. This is still commercial-free entertainment. However, like I said, the numbers are going up. People are enjoying the content. I want you to also enjoy the content. Tell a friend. Share my video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button so you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. And with that being said, I'm going to close. Deuces. Again, this is my Married to Medicine reunion trailer analysis.